What's up? This is Garrett J. White, the Authentic Entrepreneur, coming at you here with our weekend stretch. Welcome, SME Tsunami. So here's the deal. I told you guys we were going to talk about this weekend in our stretch, what it was like to rank and take your relationships from the subjective to the objective, meaning taking the conversation from, okay, what is your opinion? What are you seeing about your relationship? And then what are you seeing? What is the other person in the relationship seeing? And how to measure that. So instead of just, things are good, everything's good, it's good. Going beyond it's good to, okay, well, if it's good, how good is it? So we said we're going to take a scale 1 to 10, 1 to 10. And in the scale 1 to 10, we're going to make some assumptions here and talk a little bit about what that would look like on the scale of 1 to 10 by having the person rank it. So we weren't just going to ask how was I showing up, but it was asking how am I showing up and then listening for their response and then getting them to quantify it or take it from the subjective to the objective. So this is one of my lifelines. Say hello, lifeline.
Hello, lifeline.
No, say hello, your lifeline.
Hello, you're a lifeline.
Okay.
Hello.
Adam Keene, one of my lifelines, is also one of my co-hosts on my TV show, Authentic Entrepreneur TV, and needless to say, we have some fun together, and you could tell that right now. You guys think Tim's fun. Tim's a blast, and Adam's a screwball. So anyways, so here's the deal. I'm going to sit down with Adam, and so we're going to go through our stretch. So Adam, the question I have to everybody do is, you and I have been friends for, actually known each other for
Probably a year and a half now.
Year and a half, I think. Yeah, about a year and a half.
Yeah, say that.
So in that year and a half, we've been able to show up for each other all kinds of different ways, right?
Yeah, a lot of fun.
So my question for you is, how would you, just using words at first, how would you define, like in our relationship, how I, from my side, not necessarily from your side, from my side though, me showing up for you, how have I been showing up for you in our relationship? Like what kind of words would you put to that? This is not prescriptive, by the way.
Never. It's always authentic.
Always.
So, in words, how you show up for me in the past year and a half.
Yes, in our relationship.
I'd say you show up huge. I would say every time I need something, I could definitely call on you. And yeah, so I show up huge for you, or you show up huge for me rather. I mean, like I consider you a very big part of my life, and yeah.
Okay, got it. So in our homework assignment in the stretch, remember, so if I'm in a lifeline relationship here and I'm asking the question, regardless of what that initial response is, we're then going to take that to the quantifiable, okay? So then I'm going to set the parameters with Adam. Okay, so Adam, so if I'm sitting in and we're looking at how I've been showing up, but we take it from, huge, and we try to quantify that. And we say 10 is, the absolute, nothing else I could do different, 10. And then a 1 is, I'm trying to figure out why I still have your name in my cell phone.
Right.
So 1 to 10, where would you put how I've been showing up for you?
I'd say a flat 9, easy.
Flat 9, got it. Okay, now remember in the stretch here we're good. So I'm at the 9 with Adam, and then I get to ask myself 2 questions. Number 1, am I cool with a 9? If I'm cool with the 9, then I'm like, rock on, conversation's done, and I'll move to my second lifeline conversation this weekend. If I'm not okay with that, which I'm not okay with the 9, I got to find out what a 10 looks like, okay? Or whether it was a 2 or a 6, and I just want to make sure that you guys get an example here of what this looks like. Okay, we're going to figure out what it would take to close that gap between whatever the number was and the new number. So if we were looking at that same experience then with you and I, and you're saying I'm showing up as a 9, I'm showing up huge, you're like smiling already, dude. You're like laughing.
Oh yeah, I know definitely what's coming after
this. So what would it take? And remember, dude, we got this is not like an R-rated show.
I know. Yeah, I'll keep it clean.
Okay.
I'll keep the F-bombs out of it.
Okay, good. Let's keep her clean. So if I'm in a situation where I was going to take that to a 10, and I was to change something or add something that I'm not currently doing in our relationship to take it from a 9 to a 10, what would that look like?
It would always be returned communication.
Oh. Always return communication. Okay, expand. What would that look like?
Like, sometimes I send you text, and then it's just like, we'll respond when we talk again next. And, since text is the best way to get a hold of you, I feel like if I should text you, then at least text me back at some point in time. Even if it's 2, because, I'm awake then also.
Okay. Got it. So, here's the fun thing, right? So, we went to the gap here. I've learned then that I show up huge for Adam. I know what number I showed up, which was a 9, and I also know what it's going to take for me to get to a 10, at least for now. Maybe I'd back down to a 9 or a 7 or a 6 or something in the future, but right now I'm at a 9, and to get to a 10, something simple as, hey, return my text messages. And the minute he says that, my mind goes to a place of remembering, yeah, I can think of about 8 situations in the past 7 days that I didn't do that. And I could get how that would be frustrating, being that it's impossible to actually get a hold of me on the phone. And
Ever.
I don't check my email but once a day. And if I don't respond to you in text, that means pretty much you got to send smoke signals.
Especially because in your emails and your voicemail, just text me and I'll get back a hold of you. So it says every place I try.
So like if I don't respond in the text, then
That's it. You know,
that's
like
it.
it's like done, out of gas. You're done. You're
Got
sitting
it.
there like rocking out to nothing.
Love it. Okay, so guys, you got a taste for what it looks like. It's a fun relationship, fun conversation, and maybe some of you are going to be showing up in a relationship with somebody else, and you're going to be asking. I did the same thing with my wife this morning. She said I'm at a 6. I was like, oh my hell, I thought we were seriously an 8 or a 9 at this point. She said I was at a 6, and I said, why? And she said, because the last 3 weeks you've been working so much, I don't ever see you. And for the last 3 days, I feel like you don't even exist in our house right now. She said, okay, good. So I got it. I'm at a 6. I asked myself the question, am I okay with a 6? I said, no, I'm not okay with a 6. So I said, babe, what would it take to get to a 10, at least this week, to be at a 10 and finish the weekend off strong? And she said that to be home by 5:30 today, which is Friday, be home at 5:30 and shut your laptop, shut your phone off, shut everything off, and be present with me and Bailey tonight and take us to Chuck E. Cheese.
So no texting you tonight.
See, that's what we call a dilemma. So if Adam texts me and then I'm out with my wife, but see, here's what I'll do. I'll just shut my phone off.
Yeah. So if I try calling, it'll go straight to voicemail, and then I'll know your phone's
you'll know.
off.
Then you'll
Okay.
know. Okay, good. So there we go. That's the weekend stretch, guys. Have a good time this weekend. Adam, thanks for participating today.
Thanks for having me.
Even though we're under the hot lights in the studio. Get it on.
Just another hot night in the city.